guys, and welcome back to Mental Health Mondays. I hope you are as excited for today's video as I am. So today I'm going to be doing my second video in the Mental Health at University series, and it is going to be on social anxiety, which is obviously something that occurs outside of uni. So these tips are pretty much universal. Like if you're not at university, these still apply to you. So social anxiety can consist of a number of different things. Obviously most of us would get anxious like speaking in front of people and in certain situations, but social anxiety goes beyond that. So you may feel yourself worrying a lot about other people's reactions. You might feel paranoid and that you're kind of picking apart everything that you say and you do when you're in a social situation, and be kind of overly critical of yourself, be super judgmental. You also might have physical symptoms, so like sweaty palms, an increased heart rate, a tightness of the chest, unable to like keep eye contact. All of this in turn can lead to a person just completely avoiding social situations altogether, because that's how they make you feel. Obviously you're gonna then think, I don't want to be in those situations anymore, I'm going to isolate myself. Over time, that is obviously not a good thing to do. Personally, I first developed social anxiety when I was in primary school, when I was about 8 years old. And I didn't actually realise that this was social anxiety until I was probably about 17, 18. So anyway, like in my last video, I have compiled my top 5 tips for getting over social anxiety at university, and obviously this applies in general. Okay, so tip number 1 is to tell someone. So the thing about anxiety is that it can make us feel really isolated. It can make us feel like we are the only ones that are experiencing this. So telling someone, I find really helps. When you're at uni, you can feel even more isolated because you are away from your family and friends that might have been a kind of safety blanket to you before. So it's super important to get on the phone to them or to talk to your flatmates or whoever you feel comfortable with so they can try and help you. Okay, number 2, and this is literally one of my all-time favorite therapy tips, and I always need to remind myself of this, and that is that your thoughts are not the truth. With anxiety, we tend to take our thoughts as Bible, like this is a cold hard fact, when in fact actually probably for me like 99% of my thoughts are just complete and utter rubbish, really. They're just me worrying about something or other, or just thinking something that's not true. For example, you're sat in a lecture hall and you have forgotten a pen. You're looking at the person next to you thinking, should I ask this person for a pen? What do I say? How am I going to say it? Are they going to think I'm a weirdo? And you just get yourself into this huge cycle of thoughts, literally over just borrowing. Like, it sounds so simple, borrowing a pen and asking a stranger next to you, but with social anxiety, like, I don't know, there are so many like irrational fears around it. Take that thought and look at it and think, is this actually the truth? Also, I feel like if you're constantly thinking, oh no, this is going to go wrong, this is going to happen, it is more likely to go wrong because you're kind of creating this path for yourself. You've got nowhere else to go down. And this is where something called confirmation bias comes in, which is basically you have a theory in your head and you basically, in a bad way, make that theory come true, and then you say at the end, oh, I knew it was going to turn out like that. So we do that a lot with social anxiety. I actually found a really good graph online about this thought process with social anxiety, so I'll pop that on the screen now, and I will also link you to the page where I found it because it's really interesting. Okay, so tip number 3 is that you don't have to know in life what to do and how to behave in every single situation. For me, I know I get very anxious in social situations that I've never done before. For example, taking my car to the garage. The garage was obviously an environment that I'd never been in before until I had my own car. So to have to take that to the garage myself, all these thoughts were going through my head, like I don't know where to park, I don't know like where the reception is, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to say, like are they gonna think I'm stupid? But I've never been to a flipping garage by myself, so how can I expect myself to know exactly what to do? And I've even gone to great lengths of when I'm going somewhere, when I'm gonna be in a social situation, to like Google so I know where everything is. We are not perfect. Nobody knows what to do in every single situation. If we did, then life would be very, very, very boring. Okay, tip number 4 is to distract yourself. So this is one of the tips to use when you really don't feel up to kind of challenging your thoughts. This is a really easy, like, quick method in the moment. One of the main distraction tips I would give would be mindfulness. So say I'm at a uni party with a load of people that I don't necessarily know, and I'm starting to feel overwhelmed and like I really don't want to be there. Strip it back to basics and literally just focus on what you're doing at that present moment. Focus on your breathing. Your breathing is such an important thing. So focus on your breath going in and out of your body. You might even want to do like a breathing exercise if you feel that's necessary, but literally focus on what you're doing. Focus on, if you're talking to someone, listen to every word they're saying and just let the other thoughts go that are popping into your head. Focus on pouring yourself a drink. Focus on complimenting another person on what they're wearing. Literally, in whatever situation you find yourself in, focus on what you are doing at that moment and just let the other thoughts go. You don't compress it because that's just going to make it come back with a vengeance. Okay, and tip number 5 is to face the fear. This is probably the trickiest one for social anxiety. So what I would advise is baby steps. Building small things up like day to day. You don't have to launch yourself straight into like, say, attending like a huge party or going shopping with your friends or whatever it is that you are feeling socially anxious about. With me, I found it really difficult to do things because I just thought everyone was staring at me and everyone was judging me. I was lucky enough to have my mum come with me everywhere. Obviously this is not something you can do especially when you're at uni, but you can always try and make sure that you have like a flatmate or someone with you. Even if you do want to be alone, the likelihood is like certain situations are going to be easier if you have someone there with you. It's not going to happen overnight. You're going to have to really try and work at it, but I promise you it will get easier, and I really hope this video has helped you. Please leave me comments down below and share this with anyone you think might benefit from it, and I will see you all on Friday and then again next Monday for my next episode of Mental Health at Uni. Goodbye!